Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and if you are new here, hi, I am Julie Adlia, and today we are going to be talking about prioritizing yourself. So before we get into this video, I just wanted for all of us right now to take a break and take a moment to pause and think about the things that you've gotten through, whether it was old, whether it's new, things you gotten through this week that, nobody really knew that you were fighting these battles, but you got through them. So I just want you to pause this video, take 30 seconds to give yourself grace and thank yourself. No such thing. No such thing as a life that's better than yours. No such thing as a life. All right, you guys, so let's get into it. So I've realized that this year, the new start of the year, I've realized a lot of people have been just in their moment where it's like, I'm just trying to better myself. I need to get away. I want to accomplish my goals. I'm trying to reach a new level in height that, just a new level in my life. I feel like last year, a lot of people were like, oh, this is my year. And then 2024 came and everyone realized like the year's just going by so fast. So people are just like, okay, I know right now I need to just focus, lock in, and start accomplishing my goals. It is super duper hard because for me, myself, I've realized trying to accomplish my goals while trying to build a relationship with God, while trying to stay fit, like trying to go to the gym and also trying to become a better version of myself, it takes a lot and it's so hard to keep up with because while you're doing that for yourself, you're also having to try to keep up romantic relationships, platonic relationships. And sometimes I had to take a moment and realize that some people aren't going to understand that, and everyone is going through their own battle and journey. One of the things that I'm learning as I'm growing and building myself is that we are not prioritizing ourselves. We think taking our vitamins, going to the gym, drinking our water, which that is really good. Like, it's a good thing to be doing for yourself. But when do you ever sit back and be like, I'm prioritizing myself? Like, I did this for myself. I went out and bought me some ice cream and took myself out on a date for myself. I've spent time alone this week for myself. I've went to go shopping on Shein because I know that's what I love to do. I did this for myself. Pouring into yourself. When have you done that this week? So I was really thinking about this, right? And I'm like, we look at it and I think we start to confuse things, right? We confuse things as in like us going to the gym, us drinking water, getting our vitamins in and getting our steps in. We look at it and we're like, I'm prioritizing myself. Like, I'm doing these things for myself. And my boyfriend asked me this question. He's like, what do you do to pour into yourself? And I realized like a lot of the things that I was saying was like, I love going to the gym. Like, I like working out, even though like I'm still building that discipline and consistency. I love going to the gym because I feel like I've done something good for my body. Another thing would be if you drink your water, like for you, it would be different. But for me, the three things that I feel like I do to prioritize myself is going to work out, getting my nails done, getting my toes done, getting my hair done, and making sure I always look presentable because that is one thing that makes me feel good about myself. So one thing that I did this week, actually, I went ahead and I started therapy. And I've spoken about therapy for about probably 2 years now. Since I was younger, I knew I wanted to get into therapy, but I started it officially this year. I felt like that is something that is going to help me pour into myself. So I started it, and then I feel like that's also something that's going to help me like prioritize myself more. So one thing that I want you guys to do, and it is simple, it's simple, but it's also hard at the same time because we all, I feel like, live such a busy life that we forget to prioritize some of the main things that, like the smallest things that we love to do within our lives. So one thing I'm going to give you guys this week is to prioritize taking an extra 20 minutes, whether you're waking up earlier, whether you're waking up 10 minutes earlier, not even 20 minutes. and you go into the shower and you let the warm water, however you like your water, you let your warm water hit you. You can play jazz music, you can light a candle, you could do this morning or night, but do it. I did it today, and when I tell you guys, it made me feel so much better about myself and my day. Not only did it make me feel better, it made me feel like I got a moment to shut off my brain, because sit back and you think about it. When you are in the shower, you have nobody in the shower with you. You just have yourself in there. So once you're done like actually doing your shower and self-care routine, you're able to just stand there and just relax your brain for a moment before you have to cater to your kid or cater to your partner, your spouse, or cater to your friends, your family, or cater to work. It gives you a moment to just sit back and relax and do you. So another thing that I realized, that if you are a people pleaser, or if you're an ex-people pleaser, or if you're trying to get out of those people pleasing habits, you have to realize that when you're prioritizing yourself, you're going to have to be selfish. There's an art to selfishness. And what I mean by selfish is you're going to have to be more intentional with your time. Before you go pour into somebody else, you're making sure that you're pouring into yourself. Because how are you supposed to pour into somebody else when you haven't poured into yourself? So you're pouring out of an empty glass. So I think about it like this. You know how like when you're on an airplane, if you've never been on an airplane, there's protocols to flying. So they tell you before you put anybody else's oxygen mask on, if something were to ever happen on the plane, you put yours on first. You don't put someone else's on first, you put yours on first. And the reason that they tell you this is because before you put someone else's on, you have to make sure that you're good to be able to help the next person. I know it's going to suck. You're going to feel like a bad person. You're going to feel like they're not gonna like me, or they're going to feel X, Y, and Z about me. But you gotta realize, like, the people who truly love and care for you are always going to want you to prioritize yourself. How do we expect people to treat us if we are our main priority? You know what I mean? I think it's very important that when someone is just getting to know you, whether that's a romantic relationship or a platonic relationship, they see how you treat yourself, how you are a priority within yourself, how you take care of yourself. That is going to set the tone for how that person goes and treats you. You set the tone for how someone treats you before they even start treating you. They see how you treat yourself. They see how you talk to yourself. They see how you prioritize yourself. They see how you take care of yourself. And when they see that, they're like, oh, okay, this girl makes sure that she takes care of herself. This girl makes sure that she's not missing her Bible study. This girl makes sure that she's not missing her gym session. This girl makes sure that she is praying. She is not going to let you mess with any of that. So that's another thing that you need to realize. You are showing people how to treat you by the way you treat yourself. I think a part of prioritizing yourself is knowing who you are, knowing what you're standing for, knowing your principles, knowing your morals, knowing what you will tolerate and what you won't tolerate. And that's not with other people, that's with yourself. You have to be the one who's holding you accountable. If you're not holding yourself accountable to that, you're going to lose yourself. And one of the things that you don't want happening is you forget who you are, you forget your principles, you forget your morals, you forget the things that you stand on and stand for. That is why prioritizing yourself is very, very important. I'm going to be very honest and transparent with you guys. I think it was 2021 or 2022, early 2022, after I had graduated high school, I didn't prioritize myself. I didn't work out. I didn't try to better myself. I was thinking about it, but my actions weren't saying like, oh, this girl's trying to work on herself. So I, in a sense, neglected myself. I didn't take accountability for myself. I allowed a little bit of outside sources, or just a lot of the things that I was doing, become the main priority. So when it came to prioritizing, myself, you know, just getting like your little self-care things together, like pouring into yourself. I've realized I slowly started to get into those habits of not prioritizing myself. And I say that because I started to realize like I was prioritizing my goals over myself. So here are a couple of tips that I've been trying to implement into like prioritizing myself. So like I said in the beginning of this video, I started therapy, and therapy is one of the ways that you can pour into yourself, because not only are you prioritizing getting help, and I feel like bettering yourself, learning your flaws and your mistakes and what you need to work on, but you're also taking that time to speak to a professional or just someone help you and guide you to the places that you lack. The second thing I would say is join a group, get into something new. I recently joined a group at my church. I've been there only I think once or twice because I'm fairly new to it, but I can say that it's a positive thing to do. You're around a lot of other people your age, whether that is a church group or a volunteer group or just going on Eventbrite and seeing different events, you know, that you're able to go to. Just do something different, do something out of your comfort zone and go meet new people. I feel like sometimes we need to kind of disconnect from our lives and get a little bit out of our routine, get a little bit out of our comfort zone, and that will help you, you know, get to a little bit more of prioritizing you and just loving yourself more. 3, I recommend this so much. This is one of the main things that I personally recommend, and it is spending time alone. If you are someone who struggles with being by yourself, I am telling you, one of your goals that you need to set for yourself this week is going out shopping either by yourself, going on a walk by yourself, going to the gym by yourself, going to Starbucks and just having a little mini productive work session by yourself. Start doing more things alone. I feel like some people, like most people, are just afraid to be alone, or they're afraid to be by themselves, or they're afraid to go out in public and go grab a coffee, go grab dinner, or okay, dinner might be a little crazy, but go grab some drinks. Like, do it by yourself. What you do with people, try to do it by yourself. I'm not saying go to the club by yourself. Like, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying going to a party by yourself. But what I'm saying is, if you're used to going to the gym with someone, go by yourself one day. If you're used to going on a walk with someone, go by yourself one day. Just start with the smaller steps to get yourself a little bit more out of your comfort zone. I feel like alone time is vital for prioritizing yourself, because you're the main priority. Spend time alone. Spend time with your own thoughts. Spend time learning yourself. Feel like we don't get time to learn ourselves. Another thing that I'm going to say is get out into nature. You guys don't realize how much we are inside. That is the exact reason I am out here right now filming this video. We are always inside. Most jobs inside, church inside. You're doing a Bible study, most people are inside. You go for coffee, you're inside. You're doing so many things. Everything within your life is inside. You come from work, you're inside. So go out into nature. I live in Florida, so it's getting warm. Like, it's hot as hell. Like, I got in the car and my eyebrows were practically sweating off, and I was like, see, this is why I like the winter. But I had to sit back and I had to realize, like, this is also time for me to take to be outside, because it's not so cold. It's not super duper hot, but it's still hot. It's time, like, go outside, go for a walk, like, do your Bible study outside, do your workout outside, like, get outside. Because I realized when I started to prioritize trying to get outside more, like even 10 minutes a day or 3 times a week, like, I know You may not want to, but trust me, it is going to make you feel so much better about yourself. And just being in the sun is going to make you a little bit more happy. Trust me. So what are you going to do this week to prioritize yourself, to show yourself a little bit of extra love? Because you are the main priority in your life. It may be hard to believe because you feel like you have to cater to so many different people in your life, but you don't actually have to. You will realize that once you prioritize yourself, there is more room for you to prioritize intentionally with other people and give them more of your time. So, what are you going to do this week to prioritize yourself? And I would just like to say, if you are someone who's tried to better yourself or you've tried to do it alone, I'm going to say this. When you're prioritizing yourself and when you're going on the journey of figuring yourself out and bettering yourself, do not forget God. Do not forget the man above. He is what is going to bring you to where you need to be. He is going to bring you to where he needs you to be. And I would say if you feel like you need a little bit extra help or you feel like you want that extra push and to hold yourself accountable, join a Bible study group, join a group at your church, or get a therapist. If you want to just push yourself to get out there more and to just better yourself because you feel like you've tried so many things and you feel like you just can't do it, get that therapist, girl. Look into it. You don't have to jump into anything, but look into it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, comment down below and like this video. I'm going to be doing more of these videos. I do feel like this is more so where my YouTube is leaning more towards. I do love doing the vlogs and everything, but I do feel like God has called my channel to be that big sister / helper for anyone who is going through anything when you're trying to build yourself, to let you guys know like the process and the journey is not easy. And when I make these videos, it's not a thing of I've mastered these things. It's a thing of I'm telling you guys, and it's also a reminder to myself. And I like to just spread the knowledge and the positivity because I know exactly what it feels like to go through a lot of the things that I was talking about in this video. And sometimes you just need that extra push and that extra motivation. So if you are listening to this before you're going to work, if you are listening to this at night, I just want to tell you thank you. Give yourself grace this week and just honestly take the time to love yourself a little more. Bye.